Okay, so I've been so busy that I honestly did not know that it was time for the next patch to come out. So I really don't know what's in this patch aside from that I know that there's a lot of different sightstone changes stuff that happened. Um I don't really know much about it. So this is gonna be my first time looking through these patch notes and gonna be like my initial thoughts on it. Which sometimes my initial thoughts are a bit off. Um but a lot of times they're pretty on point. So Echo got some extra attack speed for his jungling. Okay, that's nice. And technically that helps his laning phase, but it's like they say it's mostly for jungle. Evelyn E damage decrease. Okay, in my opinion, Evelyn is not that strong unless she gets really ahead. Um, but I guess this was a needed nerf. But most times I feel like most Evelyns don't know what they're doing and they kind of fail. Okay, so Ezreal Q get damage is down by 20 at rank 1, which is not that big of a deal. Considering that you max this first, let's say by level 6, you're only losing 10 damage, which is quite a lot. Um, but it's not that big of a deal, especially because you have Kleptomancy, so it doesn't really matter that you're losing this much damage. It's a big deal though for like the early game, so you can like abuse him more, I guess, or he can't abuse you as much. But I don't really think this is gonna do much to Ezreal. Ezreal's still gonna be broken just because Klepto's broken, and the base damage is still the same at rank 5. Jinx base attack damage decreased at early levels. Passive no longer stacks but uncaps attack speed while Jinx is excited. Minigun's attack speed no longer scales with level but scales harder with all of that means what? Okay, so base AD is down, but the attack growth stat is up. So does she have more in the later stages or less? I don't really know. Get excited attack speed no longer stacks, and the attack speed cap. Okay. So is there a point in ever running lethal tempo then on Jinx? Because lethal tempo lets you uncap the attack speed already. So is there I don't get this change. This is a weird change. The extra attack speed on her minigun is really good though. Like I don't get why they would let you go over the attack speed cap with Jinx when you're not like a Kog'Maw turret. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I used to play a lot of Jinx, but I don't really see this change being helpful in a way. Like the extra attack speed is good, but the 80 like I mean the only thing that I like about this is the extra attack speed. Everything else just kind of feels weird. I don't know. I don't really know what to think of it. It just doesn't really seem like it's cool. Okay. Passive unseen threat bonus attack damage is down on that, but his Q is up. So, I mean, I guess that's less damage overall by like 10%, but not really. This is like small nerf, but still buffing his Q. So it's still everything's still gonna he's still gonna Kha'Zix is still gonna be like really strong. Mal's nerf finally. So Q damage is down, or the ratio is down, and then the cooldown on his ult is down. The cooldown on his ult, I feel like, is just kind of whatever. I mean it's a you know, it's 20 seconds more rank 1, but I don't really feel like it's that big a deal. For competitive play, I think it's a big deal, but for solo queue, I mean, no one's gonna be timing your ult, buddy. So that's kind of like whatever in my books. And then the Q nerf is really nice. That's, you know, that's 0.15 AP that's gone from that. Nunu now additionally does bonus magic damage on basic attacks. W now also increases ability power on both targets. Nunu just isn't very good right now. Nunu just isn't ever good. Nunu's just a really crap champion because his kit is crap. And he's unfun to play, and yeah. You've well-fed now additionally grants magic damage on basic attacks. Now additionally increases ability power by 40% on both targets. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, blood boil. Now we are talking. Additionally increases ability power by 40% with a maximum increase, but ooh, he says now it's useful on whoever you throw it on. And it's useful on you. I don't know though. Nunu's still kind of useless because he just doesn't do anything. So he's got nice things. I don't think these changes are gonna do much. Ornn, this is a really big nerf in my opinion. The fact that his W, I saw this earlier. The fact that his W is no longer unstoppable, in my opinion, is a huge nerf. Because a lot of times Ornns would use this ability to get out of any CC that would come at them, and now that they can't get out of any CC, a lot of matchups in the top lane are a lot harder on Ornn. A lot of matchups that Ornn could win because of his unstoppable and his W, he no longer can win those because he doesn't have unstoppable. So that's a big deal in my opinion. And then this is a really substantial ult nerf. The fact that his ult goes from 70 seconds at final rank to 100 seconds is a pretty big deal. Pantheon. No longer blocks or is consumed by siege minion attacks. That should have never been a thing to begin with. Sona. Few mana cost decrease. This is to help her after they nerfed her earlier. They nerfed her Q damage by quite a lot. And now we have Xerath and Brand running around in the bot lane as support, doing a ton of damage. So yeah, this is helpful. And a Vayne nerf, attack speed growth decrease. That's a pretty substantial nerf. And the bonus AD, this is a really substantial nerf. Final, you know, you lose 10, you lose 20, and then you lose 30. That's 10 per rank that you just lost there. That's a really big nerf. Misfortune splash art updates. Nice. I like the secret agent misfortune. Road Warrior looks pretty cool. Waterloo looks similar to a different one that they have. I know it's changed. Runic Echoes. Missing mana restoration is 25% instead of 15. That could be a pretty big deal. But support items. Supports spend a ton of gold and slot space on 2 items that exist largely for their role, merging those items together to give supports more autonomy in their itemization. Okay, first off, slot space in this game for supports, we just combine those 2 items. Eventually, we combine them pretty much like you get sightstone and then you get your upgraded support item. You get sightstone, upgraded support item, boots, upgraded boots on top of that. You get all of those around the same time, or at least those are the first 3 that you get, and then generally you either will get you'll build an actual item, or you'll upgrade your 2 support items into the 1 support item. the sightstone combo, or you'll get Frost Queen's Face of the Mountain or Talisman, and then you'll get Rupee Sightstone. So this sentence of we spend a lot of slot space on this is kind of stupid because we have enough slot space to do everything that we do at the beginning of the game. That I've never like, oh, if I need another space, because I never need another space. Like if I have a full inventory, it's because I have a potion on me still from the laning phase. So that's a dumb sentence in my opinion. And no, we don't really spend that much gold. Like we spend a lot of our gold on it, but not that much. Okay, so Sightstone, Ruby Sightstone, Frost Queen's Talisman, and Face of the Mountain have been removed. Okay, completing a support item quest now grants Sightstone active rather than old crest rewards. That's a big nerf, but I feel like they're changing these. I feel like they're only doing this because everyone's running Frost Queens in Frost Queens or whatever, the spell thief line in the mid lane, in the top lane, in the jungle, and everyone's running relic shield on ADCs. I feel like this is not a change for support. This is a change to make everyone else not use the support items. So the fact that they're like phrasing it as a change for supports is stupid when it's obviously a change for everyone else. So quest completion will only grant one ward charge until returning to the fountain. Quests now complete at 500 gold earned, not 750. On quest completion, item will upgrade into Eye of Frost, which can hold up to 3, which can hold up to 3. Okay. Then these are like the upgraded stuff. So these are what they're calling remnants, which are these just the same things as before, just without the support thing on it? I really don't like this. I really don't like this change that they did. They only did this to stop everyone else from using it, but they're not saying that that's why they did it. They're saying that it's so that they can help support, change stuff or whatever, but that's not the reason why they're doing it. Stupid. Spellthief's lines recharge penalty now also applies on non-epic kill. Right, not a jungle item. Healing is reduced by 50%. But no one's gonna get this if the whole quest line is all just Sightstone active instead of the old quests. Then no one's gonna get this anymore. This is stupid. All support items will remain on Twisted Tree Line. Place Twisted Tree Line. You can now drag and drop your rune pages to rearrange them in both the inventory and drop down. Thank God. Champions who take the Aftershock keystone but lack the hard crowd control to activate it will have their keystone swapped to Grasp Than Dying. Thank you. Thank you, League, for doing that. The amount of times I have to play with someone that doesn't have CC. Aftershock. Base damage decreased. Damage health scaling decreased, but now scales with bonus attack damage and ability power. So it's a nerf to tanks. Damage is down. Health scaling is down. I feel like they want bruisers to start taking this more. And have tanks not be as strong with it. Aftershock's base damage is a bit too high, and letting champions like Alistar and Leona run wild in early duels against marks. Having one mastery be so good for both durability and damages, warping interaction between tanks and squishier champions. Shifting the resistance gain from percent to flat so that divers can get in on the fun too. Yeah, They just want bruisers to take this. They want, yeah, they just want bruisers to take this. That's really all that they're saying. Whatever. The flat resistance though, 70 at level 1 is insane. But you don't have the extra 30% though on top of that. So yeah, big nerf to tanks here. Grasp of the Undying, this is a huge nerf to tanks. Every tank that uses Aftershock just got a huge nerf because you are not tanky at all anymore. Grasp of the Undying, ranged healing is down, but you get an extra HP. Okay. Guardian, cooldown is now higher. Okay. Which I guess is whatever. Base shield is higher just a little bit early. And the shield AP ratio is up a bit. Shield health ratio is up a bit. Okay. That's decent. I feel like the AP ratio is kind of like whatever because supports that have AP in their kits don't build this at all. Pretty much the only supports that you see with Guardian are Tarek, Braum, and Pumpkinch. Those are the only supports that you see with Guardian. You don't see Soraka and Janna take Guardian, or you don't see Soraka, Janna, Lulu, or anyone take Guardian because there's no point in them to take Guardian. Since Aerie just helps you with poking in lane, which she can do on those supports, so I feel like this is just to all these keystones are just getting nerfed and it's stupid. I mean, I understand the nerfs, but I just like a Guardian nerf. That's a huge nerf to the cooldown. That's a huge nerf. Okay, Glacial Augment is underperforming. There's only one champion to perform stuff with it, and it's Aurelion Soul, so we're buffing it. Melee slow, up. Range slow, up. Active item slow, up. Okay. Cupto. Gold value of pilfered items decreased. Less loot gold. Drop rate significantly decreased in the first 15 minutes of the game. After 15 minutes, drop rate slightly decreased for melee, significantly decreased for range. Buyer's market. Sell values drop. Sell values about 20% lower. Okay, but okay, so there's less items, which is good. Because the one thing that was really, really busted with Klepto was when you would get the treasure chest, when you get like 4 or 5 chests in a row, that was busted. And then you can potentially get 500 gold from 5 chests. So that was really busted. So the fact that you're less likely to get that is really good. Because getting the items was insane. Getting items would just break it. So this is a good nerf. It's still broken in the sense that you still get a lot of gold from the rune, from the keystone, but this is still a good nerf. Okay, precision. Coup de Grace damage decreased. This is a second time they decreased it. It was at 12%, then they decreased it to 9%, and I still said that this would not have an effect. Now they're decreasing it to 7%. Now it's a decent nerf, okay? Because the problem was that Last Stand did not compare to anything near Coup de Grace. Last Stand would only come into play, let's say you're fighting someone in the top lane, and you both start at full health, and you both slowly dwindle each other down, okay? Last Stand's damage would only, like, it didn't match Coup de Grace's damage output throughout the game, because Coup de Grace could be used anytime, while Last Stand can only be used while you're weak. So, Coup de Grace finally being nerfed down to 7% is going to make it so that Last Stand can actually be used now, which is really nice. So this is a good nerf. Heroes and Triumph gold, 5 less gold on kill. It's stupid. You're already getting a ton of gold to begin with. Triumph's just broken because of the amount of health that you get from it. Especially on champions like Vladimir or Swain. Champions that heal already and get more health from Triumph is ridiculous. Zombie Ward. Duration down to early levels. Okay, this is a much needed nerf. This is to match the cooldown of your zombie ward to your actual ward. Because at the beginning of the game, your ward has only like a 1 minute timer. And when you place it, it wouldn't time out. A zombie ward would show up, which now has a 3-minute timer, so your ward really lasts for 4 minutes. But now zombie ward is literally just double the duration of wards. I'm pretty sure. So this is really nice. When a zombie ward user reveals a ward via sweeper, control ward, or Skyrim Bloom, they no longer have to actually hit the ward to spawn a zombie ward. Okay, this is a really good change because you always had to hit the ward to spawn it. But now if you reveal it with that, then this is good. Especially since this will be decent on ADCs, because if you reveal a ward with Scrying Bloom, I guess no, never mind. I was thinking wrong. I was reading Scrying Bloom, but thought Farsight Trinket for some reason. Whatever. Nah, I mean it's still. This is a nice change here, but this is a much needed nerf, mostly for competitive play, more so than solo queue. Ghost Pour radius up. Yeah, this was kind of needed. Champions with sustainable target spells. Fight back and draw minion aggro, or just take the punishment. Wait. Targeted damaging spells now draw minion aggro. Okay. This is a big change. This is a big change because before you could just spam spells away. But now you can't do that. This will be a really interesting change because now you can't just poke all day. This is gonna shake up some of the matchups. This is a really big deal. Like, look at all the stuff that gets changed. Wait, did I see Vagar? Oh, Vagar. Oh, I thought that said Vagar. Okay. Health bar update. Whatever. Scoreboard. Hovering over a player in scoreboard now shows the name of the skin. Who cares? You can ping ultimate abilities for all players from the scoreboard, though you'll only be able to see timers for allies. Whatever. Party time. You can now invite any player to your party instead of restricting players from being invited from the lobby screen. There will now be a notification next to the queue button indicating if every player can queue for that mode. That's a nice change. Camp select. You can preview skins, whatever. Minion items. Okay, I saw that. That's stupid. League displays. Don't care. Bug fixes. Don't. Okay, and then just one skin. That's unlike them. That's a nice skin though. So yeah, this is nice. This is decent changes. Some I agree with, some I don't. Mostly the support changes. Mostly I just don't like how they phrase the support changes. If they said that we're changing these items because we understand that people are taking them in lanes that they're not supposed to be taking them, then I'd be fine with that. The fact that they tried to make it out like it was a change for supports to benefit supports was stupid. Because, like, oh, we have one extra item space now, which we always had an extra item space, and you took away our Face of the Mountain, you took away our Frostwinds, you took away our Talisman of Ascension, because why? Like, Face of the Mountain, I use that a lot, and now it's gone. So yeah, this is really a nerf to support just to make it so that everyone else can't use support items. That's what it is. So yeah, tanks have a harder time now protecting their ADC because they don't have Phase of the Mountain. Supports that like when you would build Talisman Ascension to get your team in and out of fights faster, that's gone. And Frostqueen's claim, I understand that it was being used by a lot of mid laners for extra slow and whatnot, but still now it's gone on supports. Granted though, a lot of supports that use that have ways to slow people already. And then I guess Talisman Ascension was being used by like Gnosis top, but like if Gnosis is gonna use that, then he's giving up other stuff in his inventory. This is a nerf to tank supports. This is a big nerf to tank supports. Oh yeah. I know this was kind of long, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to the whole thing. Like I said, this was my initial thoughts on everything. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. See you in the next one.